Now, just looking at the report more broadly, you have spoken about intensifying social unrest across many countries, reflecting in some cases the erosion in trust in established institutions, a lack of representation in government structures. This could disrupt activity. What specifically are you talking about, and is there anything in India that concerns you in this regard?
Social unrest is something that we saw increase quite significantly in 2019 in many parts of the world, in many different regions. Examples would be what we saw in Chile and what we saw in Hong Kong. Now, there is no one explanation for why this is happening. There are many factors behind it. But we do think it's very important. Social cohesion is very important in the world. And we need to make sure that countries are protecting the most vulnerable in societies, because that is an important demand. And there's very little tolerance for, what doesn't look like policies that favor those who might have been left behind from the growth story.
So, therefore, the Citizenship Amendment Act protests in India, the National Register of Citizens, the fact that there are people protesting now for months, would you call those types of protests part of the social unrest that you've spoken about in your report?
I have nothing really significant to say about this particular issue. It is something that we will follow, and whenever we come up with our next assessment in April, we will see what this does. But I would speak more broadly to the issue of social unrest, and I think it's important that we live in a time where, because of rising inequality, lots of people feel left behind, and such kinds of social unrest can have significant impact on individual economies and on the global economy.
Yeah.